God, how do you like your new dog? That seems like kind of a strange way to start a conversation, doesn't it? So often we hear someone say, you know, we really need to have a childlike faith. That's probably true in a lot of ways. We don't have the faith that we should have in a lot of different areas. Let me share a story with you. My sister shared with me several years back that talks about our faith. It seems that she used to babysit her grandchildren quite often, almost every day for a good while. And she had a little dog named Levi, little white dog. It was quite old. But one day during the night, Levi died. And she struggled with, how do I tell my grandchildren about this? How are they going to be upset? Or what are they going to do? So they came in that morning. She set them down, talked to them about Levi and that he had died, and he was going to be gone and all those things. And their little 4-year-old grandson, Xavier, jumped up and he ran outside, lifted his arms up, and said, "Hey, God, how do you like your new dog?" Wow. Isn't that just something that's shocking? It just makes you have a chill sometime when you think about a childlike faith like that. Uh, A young child that's taught about Jesus and about death and about heaven and all those things, they believe because that's what they've been taught. Death surrounds us, doesn't it? I mean, all the time we're always surrounded by news. Don't turn on the news if you don't want to hear about death. Somebody calls and you say, first thing you say is, "What's wrong?" Because you expect something to be bad happening. Our world is constantly bombarded by news of death and destruction. And yet there is in this world a seemingly unlimited group of grassroots philosophers, if you'd call them, who seem to try to look at the best of things. You may have seen the signs or the bumper stickers that said things like this: "You're born, you get stuff, and then you die. Live with it." Or maybe you've heard the one that says, "He who dies with the most stuff wins." Nobody still dies. You see, there's more to life than stuff. There really is. There's more to life than just getting stuff. There's more to life than just accumulating. You know, just being born for a while and then living and dying. There's got to be more to that. That's what Christian hope is all about. Each of us who are Christians wear that name because we believe that there's more to life than just the life here. There's more to it than that. The problem we face is that Satan is continually bombarding us with the bad news, with the bad stuff. Okay? He's continually trying to get us to forget our faith, forget the promises from God, forget the promises of a life that goes beyond death here. John wrote in the book of John, chapter 14, verses 1 and 2, verses 2 and 3. "In my Father's house there are many resting places. If it weren't true, I would have told you. But I'm going there to make ready a place for you." This is just one of the many passages that talk about the promises we have as Christians of something that's better, something goes beyond our life here. It tells us of a better life after this one has ended. The problem is we read these words, and perhaps we even understand them to some extent, but we don't always take it into our hearts as faith. We forget it to let it grow in us and to live like we really believe those words. And again, I have to say, wow. It gives me goosebumps really just thinking about what it means to have a childlike faith. It's like that young boy. I know the scripture doesn't tell us specifically that dogs go to heaven, okay? That's another discussion. But the point is that this little fellow didn't waste any time sorrowing, crying, or worrying. He just accepted that God takes care of things. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? I don't know about you, but I've learned from this one incident and many others as well, that when I face death to those who are close to me, to be able to look up and say, "Hey, God, how do you like that new child of yours being with you at this point?" Now, whether it's a husband, a wife, a child, father, mother, sister, brother. If we're Christians, we are all children of God, and He's promised us something better than just life here on earth. One final passage that tells us about something we have that the world doesn't have. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 13 and 14, Paul tells us, "Our friends, we want you to know the truth about those who have died, so that you will not be sad as those who have no hope." We believe that Jesus died and rose again, and so we believe God will take back with Jesus those who have died believing in Him. Isn't that a tremendous message for us today? Isn't that what our life as Christians is supposed to be about? I mean, we live for that one purpose because God's promised us something greater. We're going to live better here on this earth. My name is Russ Lawson, and I hope that sharing these few thoughts have maybe keyed something into your mind, something into your heart, maybe stirred your spirit up. Because my goal in making these videos is to increase people's faith, to help people learn to trust God more, and to be able to make decisions. Now, this is important, to be able to make decisions that will please God and bring us happiness. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I appreciate you coming, being with me, and spending some time here. If you can, if you feel like it, subscribe to my channel, leave some comments, share it with some friends, whatever the Spirit moves you, if you will. But go and have a great day in the Lord.